Hello, everybody, and welcome to the Dash Trader Newsroom, the number one best trader fall trading competition, week two review. Let's see what went on this week in the competition. My name is Michael DeJoyer. I'm the Director of Educational Services here at Dash Trader, and I'm joined by my good old friend, Todd Miller, former student years ago when I was teaching trading education. Also, our illustrious third place winner from our spring 2021 competition. I saw Todd not too long ago in New York City once the pandemic had calmed down. Great to have you here, Todd. How are you?
Oh, I'm doing well, Michael. I'm great to be here with you again.
The mustache is still looking good. That's all going going good.
Yes.
Awesome, brother. Great to see you. Competition overview for the week of November 10th to November 14th. Let's jump right in and see what's gone on this week. So we have best 461 from the Bear Bull Traders group. Really just surging out in front with a weekly total of $34,359 for a grand total of week two of $56,097.62. Now we start to see that there's some movement, some traction in our competitors. We see the number two and number three slot have moved up from down in the leaderboard. So we see that best 1081, who actually had a negative week in week one, has made 33,526 in week two. And then, of course, we see that best 1109, who was only at 1,241 at the end of week one, is now at 16,385. So you could see that consistency is king here with best 461, just putting gains on top of gains. And we see that 1081 and 1109 have kind of gotten their stuff together, and they have kind of they're given some challenge to best 461. Now we did see 1100 drop a little bit, but that's just because the other traders did so well. So it's not that they lost money. They're consistently making money. Week one, they had $1,496. And in week two, they have more money, $5,520. However, they are not making as much in week two as some of the others did. But the one thing that stands out to me, Todd, and I'd love to get your opinion on this as a former competitor and current competitor, is what is your thoughts that the top 10 slots in this competition are not all green? I mean, what are your thoughts on that? It's just being green would get you in the top 10, even if you were green $236, as our number seven competitor is, best 556. Just being green gets you on the board, right?
Oh, absolutely. And that we always like to say, get green and stay green.
Mm-hmm.
And even a day or a few days of trading where maybe you don't make anything, or you're not green at all, maybe you're just flat, uh, can keep you in the top 10 on this competition. And more importantly, we've definitely seen that a day or two or even a week of diligence can really make a difference in moving up the
Yeah,
leaderboard.
absolutely. And this week we also had like a lot more volatility. Yesterday and today were pretty big down days. Did you find trading in the increased volatility, did that have an effect on your trading?
It certainly did. I mean, today, I was, I think we were all caught off guard with how low the market gap down, but only to immediately continue its bullish pattern
And start to snap back a
and
little
start
bit.
to snap back. And earlier in the week too, Tuesday was probably my roughest day where the volatility and um, got the better of me with
And bad habits, right, Todd? Admit it. Admit it. Some
you
bad
know,
habits
some
manifest the
bad
way they
habits.
usually do, right?
Yeah.
All right, well, let's just jump into some of the stocks traded this week. So we see the top stocks traded for the week was ONDS on Monday. Now, some of these you traded, right?
Yeah, I did. I
Um,
did not trade this one on Monday. Or
okay.
no.
So there
No, I
on
think
Monday that the top stocks were MOVE, GLTO, BBAI. On Tuesday they were ENGN, BBAI again, MSPR. On Wednesday we had CMCT again, BBAI and FTCI. And then on Thursday, we had ONDS, RGTZ, BBAI. And then, of course, Friday, we had TSLL, which is like the Tesla Ultra share, I believe. ONDS again. So you start to see that same stocks trading over and over again. I mean, BBAI is on the board pretty much every day.
right, right.
Any
I
stock that stood out in particular to you?
Well, I did trade ONDS, CMTC, and ENGN. Um, ENGN was the stock that put in my biggest losing day of the competition, and that was on Tuesday.
Let's take a
Uh,
look at that one. Let me just bring that one up. That was ENDN,
ENGN
ENVN.
G.
No, ENGN.
You know,
ENGN. All right, so let's take a look at this on a 5 minute chart. Actually, let's go 15 minute. Just yep, you can see automatically right where. So that was Tuesday. It was kind of a gap and go play, which everybody loves to play in this competition. So what happened to you in this on this particular trade?
so I saw it being a gap and go, and I waited. I did not get the initial entry um, on the big green candle, but I waited for a pullback, and it consolidated uh, and broke out again, where I took a nice big position, only to immediately reverse down.
Yeah, it
Uh,
was like a gap and go, gap continuation play that just didn't go.
yeah, it just didn't go, and I kind of waited it out. It kind of chopped, and ended up taking a big loss there.
Yeah, it was a gap and go that never went, and it looks like it gave up. It kind of blew your trading week.
It
Unfortunately,
did because
that's part.
I had
There's in the
sized,
breaks, right?
yeah.
So let's
And
see.
and then with something like that, where you take a big loss right away, sometimes it's best to maybe just call it a day.
Yeah,
Some days sometimes it's better to try and fight back on it. Um, I particularly continued to pile on some losses throughout the day.
yeah. So it would have been better that you did not continue to trade if you had stopped on Tuesday.
Right. Yeah. I
So,
actually went back to this stock and
oh, you revenge traded it.
I revenge traded it, and
Yeah, look
it,
at
it
that.
got the
Let's
best of me.
This
So
turned into a stock trading confessional.
yes,
There you
yes.
go.
And I'm happy to confess. So
Confess, share that.
yeah.
Yeah, so you revenge traded it. I did see this stock come up a lot was BBAI. Let's see if I can bring it. I don't know what I did. BBAI. Let's see what that stock. Oh, look at this. So you could see why this stock was probably the most traded stock for the
Yep.
week. I mean, the volatility, the discernible pattern, there really is not much of a discernible pattern. It literally gapped up and sold off
Yep.
every
Hmm.
day. Um, and it's just a complete mess. But it does hit. It does. It is above the $5 range, so people can trade it with leverage. And probably, some people made a lot of money shorting it, and other people probably like you got caught because it gapped up and put what looked like some viable pullbacks that usually didn't go. I mean, in that instance, it did actually finally have some kind of a follow through, but for the most part, it was a great gap fader.
Yeah. Yeah.
Except for on Wednesday where it had a little bit of traction, but then it did ultimately fade back a little bit. But interesting. Then the other one we saw was MOVE. Again, it's the same kind of a pattern of these kind of gap ups, and this one did gap and go on Tuesday. That was on Monday, and then on Tuesday it was kind of an end of the day, late day breakout, and then really nothing much after that. Let's just see where we can. We got MOVE, CMCT, CMCT. All right. Well, look at this one. This is what the competitors love the most. This was a gap and go on Wednesday. Stock is trading with virtually no volume prior to Wednesday.
Right. Yeah.
Gaps up, consolidates, breaks out at the end of the day. But I mean, this is a massive breakout. This goes from $8 to $11
Yeah.
at the end of the day on Wednesday. And then again on Friday afternoon today, it breaks out above 7 and runs all the way up to 11 once again. So this was a tremendous mover. And again, it's above $5. So you can trade it with leverage. You can short it.
Yeah.
And it had some kind of discernible patterns that are pretty easy for our traders to trade. TSLL, which was the one today, right? So let's see, TSLL. This is the Tesla. This is the Tesla kind of leveraged stock, I believe. This one was down. The big gap down, like you said, the market gap down big, and then it battled its way back, which probably explains why everybody was taking positions in this. It was kind of a gap fade, after yesterday's big
Right.
gap sell off.
Yeah, it was almost like you could pick any of the big tech names, any of the AI plays, Bitcoin, the market itself, and they all seem to trade in about the same pattern today.
Yeah, I mean that is the pattern that we're seeing here. This was a big gap down and a gap and snap, which is a gap fade play on that big gap down onto major support. And that is, like you said, any of the big tech stocks. So let's just take a look at Apple. And of course, this is the cheaper one, so you can get more shares. So, Apple's trading at 275 to 274. If you were to trade Tesla itself, Tesla's trading at 405, but if you trade TSLL, you're trading basically Tesla on steroids,
Right.
which is what our competitors like. Is they like
Yeah,
to go
because
for the fast movers to make the big bucks for the competition. So
right. And you're able to get a maximum share position with the stocks that are under 20
yeah,
for
yep,
the
you're able to
competition.
get 5,000 shares, which is the
Yeah.
max share position. Yep, which is a great point. So people are really, I mean, you leave it to people to figure out the way to maximize every little element of the competition. So you know that if the stock's under $20, you could take the full 5,000.
That's
That's your
right.
max share size.
Yeah.
Yep, that's awesome. So let's just jump in. Let's see if there's any other stocks for us to take a look at. We took a
Y-
look at ENGN. We took a look at Move. We took a look at ONDS. Did you anything else that you traded on this list?
uh, I traded FTCI, which was one of the stocks, I think on Wednesday, right?
So let's see, FTCI. Yeah, I mean that was out of control on Wednesday. I mean, big gap up and go, stair
Yeah,
stepping
so
all
that is
day.
yeah, so yeah, I caught that on the pullback, on that first red candle on the pullback.
Mm-hmm.
Or I mean, after that first red candle, sorry, on that pullback, and then took a partial position and then and filled it up on the breakout
Cool. And
and was
that's
able
that
to,
was one that you could max out on because it's only in that, $9 to $10
yeah,
range.
so I had a couple trades on that.
That's good.
Because that's the 5 minute chart, right? So,
This is the 15 minute, but I can look at a
uh,
5 minute. Let's see the
oh,
five
that's why
minute.
it's,
Yeah, I just do that to scan a couple of days. But there's the that is the Wednesday 5 minute.
yeah. So the breakout on that second 5 minute candle took some profits, and then as it pulled back and retraced and kind of based there, and got close to the moving average, and then traded it again.
It's good to see that you're still following most of your rules. Except
Right?
you forgot revenge trading. You forgot to stop after you have a big loss.
Yeah,
But it's all right, no worries. You're following most of them rules.
right.
All right, let's jump right in and wrap things up. I thank you so much for being here with me, Todd. It's always great to see you and to
Always a
hear about.
pleasure.
Yep, let's see where things go here. Let's jump right in and talk a little bit about the educational aspects of the competition, which is what we talked about. I mean, you've already been in the winner's circle, right? So
That's
tell me
right.
why you like to participate in the number one best trader competition. You're trading live. You have your live account going. So tell me how
Yes.
you've worked this into your trading career.
Uh, so I use it as well, I mean, it's to learn and to hone some skills. Trading is something where you never stop learning. You never stop refining your skills. So the competition allows you to um, maybe if you're not used to trading, the size of 5,000 shares at a time,
Yep.
um, you're able to, test maybe some theories or some different strategies without risking, real money.
Mm-hmm.
Um, and but being in a competition setting, um, it doesn't just feel like it's play money or paper money or your
It
paper
feels
trading.
real. It
It
increases
feels
the
real.
realism. Yeah.
Yeah, the emotion, when I go from trading a pure demo account to trading my live account, it's much closer to trading live. I mean, the emotion um, is there.
Mm-hmm.
Um, the and you kind of forced to look at your P&L and to be honest about it, you
Yeah.
know.
So what it does is it creates a sense of realism by having it. You're paper trading in a communal setting.
Yeah,
And I think that the community of everybody doing this together really adds to the value, right? Because now you're more honest with yourself, you're being more realistic, right? But you can also try things that you probably wouldn't do, like trade 5,000 shares on your live account, but you're doing it in a way that you can kind of, gauge feeling what it feels like to trade at a little bit of a bigger, share size.
right.
In terms of strategies, and what have you found that you've been successful with during this competition? What mistakes have you made, and what have you learned so far?
We've talked about this throughout the years. I still like to trade off the 5 minute chart versus the 1 minute chart,
Yeah.
or even shorter. Um, and still, and I still love the morning gap plays. Um,
Hmm.
and think a gap where it really changes the direction of what the stock has been trading, gapping into open space on the chart. It tends to be, they tend to trade, um, I hate to say the word like predictable, but a more recognizable pattern
Yeah,
where
I
you're
think
repeating.
recognizable is a it is
Yeah,
a for me, obviously gap trading is one of my most um consistent styles of trading because it is recognizable, and because you can recognize it easily and it always happens at the same time, it is in some sense more predictable.
yeah, in this, yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
And the other part that I like about the competition is that you're able to um try a lot of things within the Dash Trader platform.
Yeah.
Be it programming buttons, hotkeys, programming scripts, where again, I mean, you're in somewhat of a live setting, because it is a competition than just, paper trading. So, um, I also use the competition to, change my layout to see if it works better for me. And try and build in a little bit of automation,
Hmm.
um, to really see, like, kind of push what the software can do for you.
Yeah. You're basically challenging yourself to switch up your trading strategies and try something new, try a new layout. Because I mean, one of the problems of doing anything, I mean, I've been trading now for, I hate to even say this, 26 years. But, in trading for 26 years, you do tend to plateau, and you do get into a little bit of a rut, and you just do the things that you're comfortable with. And being in this kind of a simulated trading environment, but in a communal setting, allows you to kind of try things out and to analyze your trades and to look at them as you compare to what other people are doing.
Right.
How much do you watch the other competitors? I'm just interested to hear.
Yeah, so I actually do take a look at the top um, traders when
Hmm.
I have a little bit of a break after the morning rush. I will pull up, uh, the ranking screen and see which stocks they're trading,
Hmm.
or have traded. I haven't gone as far as um, to see exactly their executions, um, but I definitely keep tabs on the top three, the top five,
Yep.
um, to see. And you know, there's just the universe of stocks to trade is huge, and even though I have, the screeners that I use and the criteria that I use to narrow it down to, a dozen or so to do my pre-market work, um, I'm still surprised, that I missed, I didn't see some of the stocks that they've traded that had really big
Yep.
moves, you
Yeah,
know.
yeah, and I'm always amazed to see that everybody's trading, like, because I'm watching from the to see if anybody's doing anything that's not following the rules. What always amazes me is that I see everybody trading the same stocks. I'm like, how do they all find the same stocks?
Right, right.
It's always like these low price poppers and droppers is what I call them. But everybody seems to find pretty much the same stocks, and I know why everybody sticks to stocks at around $20 and less is because they want to have as much shares as possible so they can get a big bang for their buck.
Yeah,
But
like
any other last thoughts before we wrap things up?
get green and stay green,
That
you
what
know.
are you going to do for the last 2 weeks of the competition?
I'm just I'm focusing on just it's going to be really really good setups.
Mm-hmm.
I am probably going to be focusing on stocks that are between 10 and $30, maybe
Okay.
15 and 25 if I can. I tend to not trade um, really like high volume stocks. Like I don't tend to trade the big boys. So I feel like
Mm-hmm.
you get pushed around a lot. Or like for instance, I traded Cisco this week.
Yeah.
Had a great, gap into space.
Yeah.
But it wasn't volatile enough, for the
Yeah.
competition, for day
So in
trading.
your live account, you're trading differently. Are you trading your live account while you're trading the sim account for
I
the
am not
competition?
trading my live account as I'm trading this.
But you are trading your live account at other times when you're not trading this.
Yes, yes. So my live account, the I am swing trading in that account right now. Um, so I can see, um,
The bigger trends.
yeah, I trade the bigger trends. And I haven't been that active in it. Just taking off,
I got you. So
adding to
you're really
positions, taking some
focusing
things
on the
off.
competition more while
Yeah,
the competition is on,
right.
and you're doing more of your day trading in the competition while you're still kind of managing positions and swing trades
Yep,
in your regular, real dollar account. But
right.
that was what I was looking for, is that you are still trading and running your trading business while you're kind of refining your trading business
Yes, yeah.
in the competition.
Yeah, so for the next 2 weeks, as well as I'm going to be um, preparing to bring uh more activity into my live account um after
Mhm.
after the trading
Competition
competitions
ends.
is
Yeah.
done. Yeah.
So
So
you're
as
going to
you know,
bring
I
so
mean, yeah.
this is a little bit of a little bit of a trial a trial of techniques and day trading techniques, for your live account as well. So you're trying out new strategies that you will implement once the competition ends,
Yes,
which is good
exactly.
stuff. That's fantastic. Um, Couple of reminders before we wrap things up. Again, everybody, fantastic job and congratulations to all of our traders this week as week 2 comes to a close. No overnight holds are allowed. Okay, we are at the point now where if you haven't traded yet, you're gonna get disqualified if you haven't traded yet. Okay, so you got to trade. This is a competition, and that means you got to compete. Keep your position sizes under 5,000 shares. There is a 5,000 share limit. You can trade stocks under $5. However, you cannot trade them with margin. So certainly trade under $5 stocks very selectively and sparingly, because you do not want to get a warning. 3 warnings and you get disqualified. Well, 2 warnings and you get disqualified. So just giving everybody no overnights. Keep your share size down below 5,000 shares. 5,000 is the max share size at one block. So certainly be aware of no overnights, your position size, and of course, be careful with stocks under $5. And stay up to date with all things DAS. Sign up for our monthly newsletter, subscribe to our YouTube channel, follow us on social media, LinkedIn, Facebook, Instagram, and certainly on X. Any last final words for our competitors, Todd, as a former winners circle and NASDAQ visitor?
Yeah, I would say don't give up. Um, Review your trades overnight, and if you have time on the weekends, review your trades for the whole week. And pick pick the strategies or pick the trades that you were most successful and felt the easiest actually, and try and focus on those for the next 2 weeks. I do know when I made it to the winner's circle, it wasn't until the second to last day of the competition
I
where
remember that.
I got
Yep.
there. So,
What
yeah,
happened? Because I think there was like at the last couple of days of your competition, there was like insane volatility, and like almost the entire like leaderboard flipped on its
yeah,
head.
They did, and I was steadfast in staying, I
Consistent.
got green and stayed green, even if it was just a couple of $100 for the day. And yeah, like you said, the leaderboard was very volatile. And when the dust settled, I was in third place.
So that is a great way to end today's wrap up. Nobody is winning until the competition is over. Everything can change. It is still anybody's competition. We are just at the halfway mark. Thank you so much for being here with us today, Mr. Todd Miller. And thank you to all of our competitors. Trade well, everybody, and see you next week. I'll be here with Joe Malandrino from NASDAQ reviewing all of your trades for week 3. Bye bye,
Thank you,
everybody.
Mike.
Thank you, Todd.
Take care.
Bye bye now.